Wave. Hello, guys. How's it going? Hope everyone is doing well. The seasons are changing here in Australia. Going into my favorite time of the year, directly after summer. The Aussies call it autumn. Where I come from, we call it fall. You get to wear more layers, more clothes. So it's getting a little cooler, which is good. Seasons are changing. It is Wednesday, April 15th at 10 a.m. Hopefully everyone's doing well. Wherever you are in the world, I say welcome. As you guys are tapping in, could you just like this video? Guys, we have a professional betting Discord. Johnny Says Boxing VIP betting Discord. The link is pinned right there in the comment section. It's a couple bucks a month. You can join here on YouTube or become a Patreon, whichever way you support the channel. You get more accessibility to myself. You get all my picks. You become part of our world famous betting community. We are approaching 500 JSB insiders, not even 8 months into this journey together, and we are growing. The receipts speak for themselves. If you want to see all my tickets, wins, losses, all the receipts, because more and more you guys ask for that, I post all of them before the fights. Only the JSB insiders get all of my tickets. You get to see the skin in the game, my own betting apps, my own bookies. After the fights, everybody gets to see the tickets. Those tickets are up on YouTube and on Patreon under the post section. I'm going to leave that link. It'll stay pinned into the chat. I want to say what's up to our newest JSB insider, Kimmy KLA. Sound like a radio DJ. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Kimmy KLA coming to you from Sunnyside, Oceanside, California. So, yeah, I messaged you on Patreon. I messaged you in private messaging the Discord link. To everybody who has joined on YouTube, go to the community members VIP post section. You will also find the Discord link. Welcome, Kimmy, to the team. If you have any questions, Kimmy, message me in Discord. I'll show you around. Alphonse Montori 6907, we salute you. What's up, Drifts? I know it's a bit early, but thoughts on Jack Cat and Giasov? I like both guys. I've won money on both guys before. Guys, going into this weekend, I've already posted 4 tickets. You guys have my dog of the week. You guys have a method of victory prop. I just posted a new feature to the channel. I've been getting tons of requests from our heavy betting bankroll bettors. We have guys in our squad who bet 50,000 on fights, 10,000. This is like the even the $1,000 to $10,000 mid-range of bettors. I'm calling it VIP bankroll. I gave you guys a 4-leg money line. It pays 56% in return. So a $10,000 bet gets you 5,600. If you're new to betting, you might not understand this lingo. This is something that I've been getting asked to launch for a long time. And I just posted that ticket 10 minutes ago, and there's already like 10 to 15 of the boys happy about it. So that is a new weekly feature. The reason why I reference that is to get to Drift's point. He asks me about Giasov versus Catterall. I also gave you guys a long-term parlay that starts this weekend with the Alicia Bumgarner fight, and it ends in July. So it's all the big fights in May, all the big fights in June. It pays plus 500. So 1,000 gets you, you do the math, gets you some meat rack back. 100, easy maths, plus 500. 1,000 gets your money back plus 4,000. Now, I don't have Catterall and Giasov on that ticket. I like both guys. Catterall is currently the favorite. As we get closer to fight week, I'm going to break that down and give you my prediction. Doing well. Good, man. 5 minutes in. We already got 30 of the boys here. I assume we're going to peak somewhere between 70 and 80. Last week was really busy. We were hitting about 100 on all of our live streams. This week's a bit slow. I'm telling everybody, I'm not betting heavy this week. Because a lot of you guys ask about, how heavy are you going? We don't have a week off, right? The best sport in the world, we don't have seasons. There are fights every week. We've already had fights back-to-back nights in Japan. If you're in the Discord, that was fun last night. The last 2 nights in the Discord have been popping. 2 nights ago, we got Rikishi with a walk-off home run. And then last night, an absolute war in a rematch. Yamaguchi getting slightly edged. And he lost a close split decision. So it looks like those 2 guys might fight again. But we stream the fights in the Discord. It's not a down week, but man, I've been smashed, busy. We've been up, winning since January. So I do have action. You guys do have 4 tickets. You're also going to get a safety net parlay. I'm just waiting for more fights to show up on my books. I'm probably going to give you at least 2 more tickets. You guys have 4 right now. You're going to get a UFC parlay I've been working on and a UFC underdog. So just stay tuned. And these are more like entertainment bets this week for me. I'm not trying to break the bank. I'm not trying to get rich. I don't care about that. All I care about is being precise in our predictions, winning and adding value to our community. I'm not going heavy on any of these bets this weekend, just so you know. Yeah, the swindler had to throw the swindler hat back on because we got a dog. You guys have been asking me a lot about a specific fight, and I'm not going to mention it until you guys mention it, and that's why the swindler hat is on. Is this guy Whitaker's fighting any good? No, he's not. He's not. He's fought 3 times. He's an Argentinian fighter. Argentinians are historically tough. But just like on the live stream the other day, I had some guys in here talking trash about UK fighters, and I said I don't like generalizing anybody, and like I don't live my life in generalizations. There's badasses all throughout the world, and there's softies all throughout the world. There's hot girls all throughout the world, and there's idiots all throughout the world, right? So I don't like categorizing an entire country of Argentina as being tough. Some people do. They do it with Mexico. They do it, generalizations and stereotypes. This is a guy who has a padded rep 3 times. This is a hand. Come on, it's Ben Whitaker. This is the boys, the promotional company. They're creating. They feel with Ben Whitaker, they have a star. This is why they wanted to get back against Liam Cameron. They didn't want that on the resume, so they made it back to back. Recently, Ben Whitaker switched camps. Been with Andy Lee. Been with Andy Lee his last 2 fights. This is a cherry pick. Whitaker 1 through 5. I like it. Yep. This is a Julius special. And the greatest part, we talk about it every live stream, is that I'm not betting heavy this week, guys, but it is a fun week to bet because if you just pop into our Discord, you'll see there's a lot of these like domestic 50-50 fights that we're disagreeing upon. So that makes it fun. It makes it interesting. Don't try to chase the bag this week. If you're down, here we go. If you're down, I don't know why you would be down because if you're listening to us, you should be up. But if you are down, don't bet this week. That's my advice to you. This is not a good week to be down thinking you're going to get back up. If you're playing this week and you're chasing, take the week off. If you're up, go easy. I'm up. Julius is up. The boys are up. JSB Insiders, we up. So entertainment bets, just go easy. So it'll be fun to banter though, because in our Discord we have people taking Cristobal Lorente, rightfully so. People taking Aston Brown. I don't understand that one. I think we're getting a gift Sam Gilly plus money right now. We could break that down. Sam Gilly is my dog of the week. Holla at your boy. So we'll get into it. What's up, boxing fan? We appreciate you guys. Wherever you are in the world, just like this video, talk to me, ask the questions, interact, become part of our community. As you can tell, we have a healthy, educated, research-based boxing community. There's not a lot of us out there. There's a few. So we appreciate your support. Pay dinero, appreciate. Pay me in my money. Can we just pay me pay in dinero, pay in cash? Come on, cash is king. Hats on, dog. Hats on, dogs out. You know what time it is. I've been waiting for somebody to ask the question. Waiting for somebody to ask. If you want to get into it, I can get into it. But we'll bring the books up. My books aren't impressive this week, guys. Look at your book. Look at the odds. You're looking at the dogs. You're looking at the favorites. There's not a lot of impressive odds right now. There's a lot of just like massive favorites. And then these C-level domestic 50-50 fights. We are going to get ours, though, like we do. We got ours. We're going to get ours. Listen to Pay and Dinero. Listen to Pay him. Barry Unboxing has turned into one of our secret weapons in the Discord. If you are a guy like myself who likes research, who likes statistics, who likes analysis, who likes reading and writing, Barry Unboxing puts some of the best breakdowns, research-based breakdowns on these matchups. So shout out to Barry. And what does he say? I know it isn't until next week, but the more I look into Perro versus Miller, the more confident I became in the dog. Miller hasn't fought a southpaw since 16. Perro's been sparring Benavidez. How old's Big Baby now? What's Big Baby doing? It's tough to bet money on Big Baby. 37? How old is Big Baby? And it's amazing how much money, how many questions I've been asking on this fight for at least a month. Shout out to Skills in the Discord, Rob. He was asking me about Perro versus Big Baby 5 weeks ago, but I think similar to Barium, it's due to the odds. It's because we're sharp in there. We want to see a key to winning consistently is finding the fights that the odds makers have wrong and sniping those before odds shift. So I appreciate it. Smash it, brother. I saw the breakdown you did. As long as his conditioning is up to par being first 12 round, he should walk away with a clean. If he's already at plus money, let's pull it up. So if you're playing along, we are looking up Big Baby Miller and Perro, the current odds. And just so everyone knows, I signed up to BoxRec. So when we start streaming on BoxRec, it'll be a little bit more streamlined. This is my betting app called SportsBet. All right, let's see. April 26th, the day before my birthday. So, yeah, we're not getting props on this yet. Big Baby Miller, $1.58. Perro, plus 155. You got to assume the points are probably going to be somewhere around plus 300. So, it's a prop. You know, I haven't done film on this yet. I don't really have a specific exact opinion, but I'll keep my eye on it. I appreciate the heads up. Dylan versus Arbuckle. Let's pull it up. Let's pull it up. All right, firstly, what we'll do, here's what we're going to do. We'll look at the odds first for Dylan and Arbuckle, and then we will bring up their box recs, and I'll let you know what I think. Oh, Nico Leivars. I have Nico. I think Nico wins this fight. I sniped Nico at. Look, this is a shout out to the chat. We had. It was either Enki in the chat or Barium, or I mean, we have multiple guys in our Discord who use research-based analysis to break down these fights. I didn't realize Nico Leivars has a more extensive amateur background, part of Team Great Britain. I think somebody said part of Italy as well. And so when I jumped on Nico, when the boys jumped on him 2 days ago I want to see what the price was. Or maybe I didn't. You know what? I didn't make that official. Well, he's going down because yesterday he was at $1.86. So money's coming in on Nico Leivars. Let's have a look. We'll get Dylan Arbuckle first. How much better is BoxRec once you join? You guys have been telling me for months, Johnny, just set up an account. It's so much better. It's streamlined. Shit actually works when you pay for a service. Who would have thought? Arbuckle 9-0, 3 knockouts, 27 years old. This, you know, when we're looking at that resume, it's something you have to like. If I'm giving you guys the strategy of how I break fights down. And if I haven't seen tape yet, if I haven't seen them fight yet, right, tape will always be my last, like the light at the end of the tunnel. Before I get to the light, I have to walk through this pattern, this system. I'm giving you away all my secrets, and obviously one of the first steps is odds. Got to check the odds, and then resumes, and then open the onion about their strength of schedule, and then eventually maybe find some interviews, see what they're saying fight week, and then eventually find your way to their last one or two fights. So when we're doing that, we're doing this step one together with Arbuckle. You're looking at the guys he's fought. He's winning on points, winning on points. He's winning on points against Lopez, 19-33. Paredes, 18-19. Martinez, 8-29. Duran, 15-31. So since 2024, he hasn't fought anyone with a winning record. So therefore, if you haven't fought anyone with a winning record, you haven't beaten anyone with a winning record. That is his most recent. This is his most recent form. We don't have to go anything farther than a year and a half or 2 years. His most recent form, his last 4 fights, hasn't fought anyone with a winning record, hasn't beaten anyone with a winning record. Let's see his opponent. Nico Leivars, 7-0, 1 knockout. So we know neither guy is a big puncher. Historically, statistically speaking, you would then play the points. You would then play the fight will go to the distance. Whichever guy you like, the guy will win by decision. Now, who's Nico been fighting? His last 4 performances. So similar. He's coming off a points win against a guy who was 8-30. He knocked out a guy in the 9th round against a guy who was 7-2. A points win against Ryan Walker. He was 12-5. And then a win before that against a guy who was 4-0 on points. So in his most recent form, at least he has fought guys with winning records. He has beaten guys with winning records. He has stopped a guy, Peter Mayorga, 7-2, with a winning record. So and I'm still going to watch tape, and I'm still going to try to bring up their last fight. But when I'm seeing the odds yesterday at Nico Leivars at $1.86, now go down to $1.72, this is why. I saw the sports bet took away that Lewis near. Yeah, so Kirsten Mock. Kirsten, if you're not following me on Instagram and you want to stay up to date with all that news, I shared it. I shared this yesterday on my Instagram story. There are multiple fights that are off that Sportsbet is either still showing or they will be taken up. Maximillo versus Kameda, not happening. Luis Nery versus Camaro, not happening. Peter McGrill versus Mancia, not happening. Tam T-Bolt fight, not happening. I posted that yesterday. Johnny Stofko on Instagram. Just say, hey, Jay, what's up? It's so-and-so from YouTube. I will follow you back. Guys, we're about 20 minutes in. We're floating between 40. 40 is good. 40 and 60 in this live stream for a Wednesday morning on a very kind of blockbuster slow fight week. It's been busy as hell. I haven't had a day off. This is my first day off of fights since last Thursday because we had fights yesterday in Japan, which is my Tuesday. Fights on Monday night in Japan, which is my Monday, and then all the way back up from Australia on last Thursday. So I almost took the day off. I almost didn't live stream today because I'm a bit burned out. Sup, Johnny? Thanks for the new parlay. Could you please discuss? Yeah, Rosado-Ortiz fight. Rosado-Ortiz, Puerto Rican girl. She is being propped up by MVP. She is being, I don't want to say the word ordained, but she is being sort of, and I don't want to say the word groomed. You can use the word groomed. Groom isn't always, mean nefarious behavior. She is being molded into sort of the Amanda Serrano sort of, I don't want to say prodigy. She has one loss, but her one loss was against Sharita Metcalf. It was a loss in which, you step a level up against a woman who's a world champion and you get rounds in and you hopefully expect your fighter to be more talented or have a higher fight IQ at that level to beat a more experienced fighter. It didn't go her way. She has one loss. And I'll pull up her and let's look at the odds first. And this will be we'll start doing this as a theme. I'm really excited with my new toy, signing into BoxRec. And now I could do the new theme with questions like Mike's. We'll go to the odds and then we'll look at the BoxRecs and I'll tell you why. If you have questions, I'm leaning a specific way. Okay, so this is let's look currently at the odds of Ortiz. So Crystal Rosario Ortiz, she's on the MVP card. You should have seen her fight before. So she's fighting a girl, Fernanda Reyes Delgado. Guys, always remember the ladies, the ladies. You know, plus Fernando Reyes Delgado is a plus 600. She's a 6-1 dog. I think she's a 6-1 dog for a reason. When you look at her record, you're gonna be like, well, one is she hasn't had a loss. I think if I remember from tape last night, Fernanda is 8-0, and I know Crystal Rosado has one loss. Let's look at the box rec, and I'll show you what separates. This is why you can't always rely on records, and don't ever always rely on odds. So it's actually a great question. Still watch your tape, though. Still watch the tape. Okay, so you should recognize her. She is 8-1. She has 2 knockouts. Let's go to her opponent first. So this is her opponent, Fernanda Reyes Delgado. She's a Mexican opponent. She's 8-0 with 0 knockouts, wins points. She's fought 39 rounds. Let's see her last fight. She hasn't fought in a year. Now let's do our normal what have you done for me lately? Let's look at who she's been fighting. Okay, her last fight was against a girl who was 4-6, won a split decision. She beat a girl who was 2-1, won a majority decision. So she's winning fights very closely against girls with under either losing records or under 5 fights. In Mexico, she fought a girl, Samantha Vasquez, who was 3-2. She won another split decision. So she's winning split decisions, majority decisions, split decisions. Her last unanimous decision win 4 fights ago was against a girl who was 0-4. And the scorecards read 39-37, 40-36, 39-37. So when you look at her resume, where she's at in her career versus Rosado, who is rightfully so the 6-1 favorite, she's 8-1. She does have a loss. At 23 years old, she's a Puerto Rican fighter. That loss came in a title fight. I'm pretty sure that was against Sharita Metcalf. Metcalf at the time, we know Metcalf, world champion. Metcalf was 14-5. She lost a unanimous decision, 74-78, 75-77, 74-78. That was a slow burn because I picked Crystal to win, and she didn't win. And we thought Sharita was done because I'm pretty sure Sharita was coming off of that loss against the Aussie, and Sharita fought good at, I think Sharita's in her 40s now. So then since that, she has a get-back fight against a girl who was 7-3, won a unanimous decision. Fought a girl, Vasquez, 4-3, won a unanimous decision. Bethany Franco was 10-9. And so as you can tell, she's been matched a little bit more tough. She's already had a high-level main event style matchup fight. She is the A-side. She's the one fighting under MVP's banner. And at 23 years old, they are putting energy and emphasis into Crystal Rosado-Ortiz in potentially being one of the girls that could hold belts in the future. Shawnee Shine, since you brought it up, now we have to bring it up. This is why I'm wearing the hat on, and let's talk about it. So my boy Shine is talking about the Sam Gilly versus Aston Brown fights, and I'll give you away free game. It's my dog of the week is Sam Gilly on the money line at great odds. Fingers crossed, when Sam Gilly wins, it'll be our 10th week in a row of picking an underdog either in boxing or MMA. So let's look at the odds. All right, and we'll do the same exact system. This is my live stream system. Obviously, there's a lot more that goes into this, but I know we're a growing team, we're a growing community, and you guys know I'm a teacher and coach first. So if I could help you in any way, maybe a systems or open your eyes about approaches, this is one of them. This is something that you guys could do on your own as well. When you're looking at the odds, when you have questions, when I'm not on my live stream, when I'm not answering my messages either on Instagram or in the Discord, you could be like, all right, Johnny said, let's see who they're fighting. Let's see what they look like in their last few fights. What are these odds saying? Do they got any interviews up? Let's go to their Instagram. All this sort of thing, which will eventually lead you to the film study. I know guys who win, they don't even watch film. They watch my show, though. They don't watch film, but they watch my show. I watch the film for them. I got to start taking tips. I should make a virtual tip bucket for all the boys who are winning, who I do the film study for. Hook me up. All right, here we go. Here are the odds. Aston Brown, this fight is at 160 pounds. Aston Brown is $1.49 favorite. 100 on him gets your money back plus 49 bucks. Sam Gilly is a $2.85 underdog. 100 on Sam Gilly gets your money back plus 185 bucks. So not quite a 2-1 dog. Do you know these fighters, okay? Have you seen them fight before? A quick little breakdown before I bring up their box rec. Aston Brown is a guy, he's 9-0. This will be his 10th pro fight. He has, I think, 4 stoppages. In his most recent version, he's fought a lot of low, mid-level guys, and he's getting him out of there in the first or second round. This is a guy who got locked up, sent to the Pookie for, I think, like 5 years. You could do your own research on that. He's 35 years old. It is now or never. He is the favorite, in my opinion, because of what his most recent fights look like. The fight is in Scotland, and he is the A-side on this card. The only issue is, and it's at 160 pounds, the only issue is he's going against a pro who's younger than him by 5 years, who has double the pro experience, who didn't take 5 years off, who it will be he's fought at 160 pounds, but Sam Gilly has cut his teeth at 154 pounds. He's taken fights at 159 before, and early on in his career, he's fought at 157. When you look at the stare downs and the face-offs, even though it's the books, everyone's telling you Sam is coming up. Sam, to me, looks like the bigger guy. He was cutting a lot of weight. If you've never seen Sam Gilly fight, he's a pressure forward front foot guy. He's going to put a pace on you. He's fun. He has a loss to Ishmael Davis, a decision loss, in another very fun fight. I feel what we're going to see is an example of pedigree and class. And from terms of a plus money dog play, mate, I mean, there's nothing else on pay. I didn't see a dog last week. That shows you how excited I am about this dog. I didn't even play a boxing dog. I played a UFC dog. So Cup Swanson came through for us at plus money. Let's look at the box recs. Let's have a little chat about it. The Magic Man. All right, so this is the underdog. Sam Gilly is my dog of the week, plus 185. So as you can tell, he's ranked at, they have him listed at 154 pounds. He cut his teeth at 154 pounds. Commonwealth champion, British champion, moving up to 160. He's 31 years old. He's a 6-foot orthodox fighter. He has 126 pro rounds, and he carries in the ring a 50% career knockout to win ratio. He will be the one traveling from London. This fight is in Scotland. He will be the B-side, considering Aston Brown. I'm pretty sure Aston is Scottish. Here's what he's been up to. Now, he's coming off a loss, and that comes in terms of the odds as well. Whatever algorithm that releases the initial odds and then money comes in, one's coming off a loss, one's coming off of 3 quick knockout wins. So keep that in mind. Ishmael Davis, he weighed in at 152. That was for the the Commonwealth titles. And the scorecards, one judge had it 113, 115. One judge had it 114 to 115, and another judge had it 113 to 115. So very slightly towards Ishmael Davis. It was an exciting fight. You might scroll down and see, like, whoa, how did he draw against a guy named Gideon Onieni? And you'd be ill-advised if you didn't look a little bit deeper. Gideon Onieni has only a record of 7-5, and that fight was at 160 pounds. So before that, he fights a guy named Jack McGann. He knocks Jack out in the 4th round, right? He wants to test the waters. He jumps up to, so this was kind of planned. He jumps up to 160. His first fight is 160 against Gideon. He draws 76-76. Look at who Gideon, look at, if you've never seen Gideon box, check out who Gideon's fought in his 13, 14 pro fights. Gideon is a pro domestic Brit who's 7-6 with one draw. Doesn't have any knockout wins, but he's never been stopped. At 26 years old, look who they've paired him up against. Gideon's, he lost some points to a 9-1 Joe Bartel. He has the draw with Sam Gilly. He took Jimmy Sains the distance. Jimmy Sains, that he lost a unanimous decision, lost every round to Jimmy Sains. He lost the points decision to Bilal Fawaz. So my point is, I know people are looking at that draw against a guy who was 7-5, but Gideon Onieni is a tough fight at the domestic level. So I don't look too much into that. And it was Sam Gilly's move up to 60, and it was a draw. Let's look at his opponent now. Okay, so the physicality of the fight are pretty much going to cancel each other out. Both men are about 6 feet tall. It's tough to find a specific reach on Aston Brown. Aston's 35, Gilly's 31. Look at the pro fights. He's 9-0. He only has 34 pro rounds. Now, logic in me. I'm not. You guys know how I roll. I'm not a hype train guy. I don't jump on, the bandwagon with fighters, prospects being ordained the next Mike Tyson because they have a couple knockouts. I definitely don't jump on the bandwagon about a guy who's 35 years old, who's 9-0, who only has 34 pro rounds. He's literally fighting a guy with double the resume, with quadruple the pro rounds, and he's older. So this actually fits into a different type of mold. This is a guy who people are picking to win based off of his last few performances and him being the A side. But, he's going to be the A side against Sam. But when we look at who he's beating, so we'll break individually down real quick. His last 3 wins, 4. He beat a guy who was 13-26, knocked him out in the 5th. He beat a guy who was 9-0, knocked him out in the 2nd. He beat a guy who was 5-0, knocked him out in the 1st. He beat a guy who was 19-4, knocked him out in the 2nd. Let's look at those guys' records and see who they fought real quick. So Paul Keane, his last victory. Keane was 19-5. Of his 19 wins, he had 2 knockouts. So he's not a puncher, right? He's a Scottish guy. Keane was beating guys before Keane fought Aston Brown, guys. His last win, the fight that propelled him into the Aston Brown fight, was against Donnie McInnes, who was 0-9, and he won on points. I'm just going to leave it there, and we're going to move on. Keep that in mind. So that was Aston Brown's last knockout win, was against a guy who was undefeated, but that guy just fought a guy who was 0-9 and won on points. Keep that in mind. This is how we manufacture a guy. Okay, let's see who he fought before that. Reese Porter. He knocked Reese Porter out. Reese Porter was 5-0. Let's see who old Reese was fighting. What the fuck? Right when I was on a roll. Foxtrek is acting up. Okay, so 2 fights ago, he fights Reese Porter. Reese Porter was 5-0. Who was Reese fighting before the Aston Brown fight? So before the Aston Brown fight, Reese fought a guy, Edgar Mora. Stopped him. He was 13-30. So you gotta look a little bit past the first layer. We could go on and on. And this is kind of the approach that I do before I get to film study. This has always worked for me. This is my system. I'm giving you free game. You gotta look way past the odd. Am I going to be 100% right? No, but we have a very good. I have a very good winning percentage based on the system. I love UK fight. Me too, man. I love the UK fights. There are too many fights in the upcoming weeks to invest much time researching this week. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm burned out, Barry. I'm burned out. Like I said, I almost didn't go live today. Guys, we're 35 minutes in. We're floating between 45 and 65 of you savages in here. Could you at least like this video? I have to message my girl real quick. She's not feeling well. Are you okay? She has to go to the doctor. Can you please keep me posted? Poor girl. King the Swindler. We up. Boxing fan, we have members posting slips in all sports, not just boxing, so join our Discord. Yeah, you know what? On this note, boxing fan, I'm going to do you a service. Guys, Major League Baseball season started a couple weeks ago. I don't talk a lot about baseball on this channel, but baseball paid my college tuition. Okay? So baseball was the sport I was the best at to get a scholarship, but I played all of them. You know, basketball was probably my favorite sport. I was a two-guard or shooting guard. I played quarterback in high school. I was a football player, and you guys know I grew up boxing. But in our Discord, I say that because we have NHL, basketball, the playoffs are starting this weekend. The playing games are actually right now, and baseball. Boxing fan is an OG JSB insider. He was on the ground floor in August when we launched our Discord. Literally, the first JSB insider. He is our canary in the coal mine. And so he developed this, and I don't know the system. We're gonna have to jump on a call. He was behind the scenes working on this system for Major League Baseball betting, and I'll show you. We'll pull it up real quick. And he's gonna have to explain this to you. I'm just gonna pull up the screen just so you guys can the people who aren't in our Discord could kind of get a. We could remove the veil and they could see what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm gonna remove boxing fans comment. Okay, so this is our Discord, guys. We're approaching 500 VIPs. When you enter our Discord, you have the bet slip section, the winning slip section. This is our NBA Discord. American football, we know the season's over. NHL, actually, I want to brag. I did my first ever NHL parlay yesterday. Shout out to Randvar Litter, one of our newest JSB insiders. He put me on the game. And look at your boy, my very first NHL ticket, plus 697, baby. We up. I was proud of this. This is my very first ever bet on NHL, and obviously I got lucky, beginner's luck. But Randvar did help me out with that. So this is soccer, and here's baseball. This is what I was talking about. Look, dude, the chat is popping in this. I need to pop in, man. Like I've never even been in here. Okay, so here's something I've 10 cents of you. So 10 cents gets you $10 back. That's like those odds are insane. A dollar gets you 100. So 101 odds. Bet wisely, no stress, and remember to have fun, faith, forgiveness if it doesn't hit. Fun, faith, and forgiveness. I like it. So what are we doing here? So it's a seven play parlay plus 9,500. So you're going New York Yankees minus on the run line. So the Yankees win 2-0. You hit that. The Los Angeles Angels race to 3 runs. So as long as they score 3, or do they have to score? Do they have to be the first to score 3? New York Yankees race to 5. So is this the race to 3 runs? Is like they could go up 3-0 and then lose 4-3 and you'd still hit that bet? If that's the case, that's insane. It's cool. New York Yankees race to 5 runs. So they could go up 5-1 and lose 6-5 and that bet still hits. Total bases, 27.5. You guys know if the bases are loaded, I hit a home run. That's a grand slam. That's 4 total bases. So do the math over 9 innings with both teams who get to hit. Total strikeouts thrown under 18.5. 9 innings, 27 outs on each side. So you have 54 outs. Of those 54 outs, you have to hope to hit this bet that 19 don't strike out. I like it. Aaron Judge total bases, 3+. So if Aaron Judge hits a home run, this hits. 3+ bases. Yeah, so first, second, third, and home. As long as home counts on a home run. Settlement includes only recorded hits. walks, hit by pitch, reach on air, fielder choices do not count. Hits. Okay, that makes sense. So fielder choices, there's a runner on first base and Aaron Judge is up and he grounds the ball to shortstop and the shortstop throws him out at second and the guy running his second's out, but Aaron is on at first. That does not count as a total base. That's called a fielder's choice. Doesn't count as a hit either. John Carlos Stanton, 2+ total bases, settlement. Interesting. Dude, that's crazy. So hey man, I'm gonna look a little bit more into it. I wanted to give you the screen time. And obviously, I'm going to call you back. What is this system called? Is this just your system? And I'd like to know more because the boys in the Discord were asking me about it. Okay, we're going to get back to boxing. Sorry for that detour, guys. We're a team here. Haven't made any lies. I'm rewatching. What's up, King? School 4 years back. I'm new academy now. School 4 years back. I'm in a new academy. Hell yeah. We are in a new academy, baby. We're getting it. This is what I'm talking about. The JSB Boxing Academy, the JSB Betting Academy. We up. Hit the damn like, boys. We're floating between 50 and 70 in here. Appreciate you. What's up, Shine Peril? Yeah, everyone's liking the look. I'm gonna jump on that. I trust Barium Boxing. Barium does really good jobs. I trust Barium. I trust Skills. Skills put me onto this fight 4 weeks ago. Shine is co-signing. If you guys, if the public, and this is why I don't take full credit for our success. I never do. It makes me uncomfortable because it's not just me. A lot of the wins are collectively talked about on these live streams. A lot of my bets and picks are thought about from what I like and then what I learned from you guys. And I don't, is it coincidence that all the boys are jumping on Pero here? I got that Nico ticket early. He was never plus money on my book, so I got a -1. I'm gonna jump. I didn't jump on Nico. I'm gonna do it right now. I might do a double real quick while I'm on because I don't want the fear of missing out. I can't believe Nico went from $1.89 to $1.71, and so I forgot to check back on that. I'm gonna take Nico right now at $1.72, and I might pair that for a plus money double if I like something real quick without rushing. I already got Nathaniel Collins on 2 tickets, so I don't want to add him up on a third. Just, I think Nathaniel's going to win, but I don't and you guys know that my betting strategy, my style is I never load up for the sake of an upset, a draw. I never load up on a fighter on more than 2 tickets, and Collins is already on 2 tickets of mine. I do like Crystal Rosado-Ortiz, man. I think I don't use the word lock, but she's going to win that fight 100%. So if you take Nico Leivars, and I got to watch a little bit more of Joe McGrill versus Aaron Hayden because I think Aaron Hayden might be live, dude. I was watching a little bit of him last night on Instagram. Joe McGrill is Peter McGrill's brother. We know that Peter McGrill fights off. Molly McCann, it's tempting at $1.14 to pair with Nico. That's still not plus money, but if you take Joe, I'll get back to it. I'm going to jump on Nico too. I might do Nico money line and maybe. Are the knockout props out yet? Is anyone catching Ben Whitaker by knockout? Knockout props are out. All right, I think I found it. I'm going to pull the odds up real quick. And this is my favorite thing about strategizing this sort of double is let's say hypothetically. So I'm going to make this double live. I'm going to post it in the Discord. I'm going to post it on our Patreon. I'm going to put this in now because I'm actually I have a little bit of FOMO that I've seen these odds crash. I didn't think they would crash that quick. Nico at $1.72, and then Ben Whitaker by knockout. I'm not going heavy this week, so it's half unit. Ben Whitaker by knockout $1.22. We're at plus money. That's plus 110. I'm gonna take action on that. Good looking out on reminding me about it. And the best part about this is, the Ben Whitaker odds on I'm not betting thousands of dollars on this ticket. I'm betting to win. And so even if Nico crashes and burns, I could then, because the fight's early in the week, I could then still play I have time to play the Ben Whitaker knockout. It doesn't usually happen. That sort of thing happens a lot in the UFC with me. like yet last week we did a 4-leg money line parlay in the UFC. Kevin Gastelum was the first leg and he shit the bed and he lost. And then I just went back and played the next three, and the next three hit. And then I didn't even post that as one of our winners, but I posted it on Instagram, and one of the boys were like, "Hey man, I didn't see this. I didn't see this. You didn't post this in on the Patreon." And I go, if you're new here, keep this in mind. Whenever I do like a 3 or 4 leg money line parlay, what I always will do, and I don't even call this chasing. You guys know me. I don't promote chasing. I don't promote trying to get rich off of gambling. This is entertainment. We like winning because we're good at this. But what I will do that you don't need me to spoon feed you on is on a 3-leg parlay or a 4-leg parlay. If that first leg loses, you could count on me to still re-up and take those other three because I was confident in them. And that's exactly what happened. And I ended up hitting a plus 300 on the following three that were in our original 4-leg. So even if Nico loses, I'll still play the Ben Whitaker by knockout later in the week because I'll have time to still use it. But I'm going to put this in real quick. And if you're new to our team, it's another thing that you'll know always with me is I'm not just telling you the best. I got skin in the game. Like I'm watching each punch with you guys. You see all of my tickets. I don't know if you guys taught me over our time together that matters. I didn't realize that mattered early days. I wouldn't post my tickets, and over time I was like, that upsets people. I just can't post tickets after they win, and that's why in our group we don't stand for any of that. Okay, so plus 110 right now, dude. That's a double. Look, it's a bit of a what's the word? It's a bit of a. I don't tend to take money line with the great odd. Like $1.72 is a good play just by itself. It's a 72% return. And I don't tend to add that with such horrible odds on a knockout prop. But it's one of these weeks where I told you it's more of an entertainment style. And I do have action in it. And I have it at plus 10. And that's my play. And you'll see that. I'm going to post that. I like it, man. I like it, Shine. That's the Shine double. That's the Shine double for you. Appreciate you. Husky in the house. Thank you for the daily grind. We appreciate you, and trust me, the 99 cents monthly box. It is, man. It is. Husky, the chat, you boys, David Tua, you guys have been telling me for months, just pay the thing. And it's not that I'm an anti-pay. I'm all about that. My personality by trade is you got to ask me. I give pushback. Ask Boxing Fan how many times he asked me to start a Discord before August. Shout out to Muscles. We haven't seen, and I mean this. Muscles was asking me to start a Discord last April. And so, it took me from April, May, June, July to August to do it. So the box rec, man, it was never about the dollar. It was like, I have this stubbornness about my personality, but I will eventually always sort of adhere to it. I just kind of like doing things in my own pace. What's up? I haven't seen you on the stream, man. Hopefully you're well. There's my guy GMS. Put on the elect salute, Johnny. You think Gilly can get the stoppy? Now, look. Traditionally, you guys know me. I'm the sort of dog better to just go money line. I have faith in Sam. When you look at Sam's style, it's how he fights. And Aston Brown fights really brave. It's going to be a freaking fun fight. Whichever way you dice it. Like, if you guys are Aston Brown bettors because he's only $1.49, take him by knockout. If you're Sam Gilly and you're betting a full unit, be happy with the money line. He's plus 185. But if you're trying to get froggy, and you know what? I might play this GMS. I might do, because you got me thinking now. You guys got me turned. Like, I got the switches on. I just made a live bet. We could do a crazy ass method of victory parlay, like something like a plus 1,000. Let's see what that pays. Let's see what a Gilly knockout pays. Let's go Nico Lavar on point. I got Nico Lavar on my mind. Let's Sam Gilly by knockout. Okay. And you guys know me. I'm never one to talk you out of your bets. I know a lot of the boys are taking Aston. Fine. I'm not telling. There's no way that I can know who's winning. I'm just telling you where my money's at. Sam for me at 185. Sam by knockout. Wow. What, bro? I mean, Sam has 50% knockout to win ratio. The thing is, Aston's bigger. It's this is literally his second fight at 160. Bigger from his normal opponents. Aston Brown's never lost before, but he's not experienced. He hasn't. This is Aston. Don't get it twisted. This is Aston Brown's step up. This isn't Sam Gilly's step up. This is Aston Brown's step up. And so when you watch his tape, he doesn't have a plan B. So I mean, if Sam Gilly starts pulling away and Aston Brown starts becoming more and more desperate, I could see a plus 650. Why not make that our prop of the week? Why not? Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Why not make that our prop? Plus 650? What did we hit last? We hit Tyson Fury on points at +4, plus 650. The last time I hit a +6, something like that on a method, it might have been. I always bring it up only because I had that debate with Chilltown on live. Do you guys? TJ and I were debating. Shout out to TJ wherever you are, man. I think he's on holiday in either the DR or Colombia. Hopefully you're safe with your family. Great dude. TJ and I had it wasn't heated, between Nico, Flaz, and Tiger. And the odds were like 50-50. So whatever way you went, you were picking like you're getting plus money. But I had dug my boots in so deep to my narrative that I was like, F it. Tiger's going to stop him. And I took him at plus 1,000 to stop Nico, and he did. And so, like, that one always comes to mind. And then +5, I think Shushu Carrington at plus 600 on points 2 fights ago. So my point is, we've seen this happen before. I don't think that's a bad play. Plus 650 by knockout Gilly. You're gonna have to rewind. I already got Tinio. I went into it ad nauseum. You're gonna have like 12 minutes of me dissecting this. So just rewind a bit, big dog. Johnny, I'm making a future slip. O'Kelly, anyway, Bilal, Jared. Yeah, yo. Did you check my? So I gave you guys a. It's a plus 500. I gave you guys. So this week we launched 2 new tickets. We launched our long-term parlay, which is a parlay ticket that starts with the Alicia Bumgardner fight, and it ends with Benny versus Zerto. So it's from April to July. And it pays plus 500. And I'll tell you who I have on it. It's an 8-legger. AB, Inoue, Benny, Hergovich, Keyshawn, Hamza, Stephanie Hahn, Shock, Abdullah. We got some great fights coming up, boys. We got some great fights coming up, man. I cannot wait. Shout out to anybody in the chat who was in our Discord last night watching the Japanese fights. That was a hell of a fight. Yoshida versus Jinya Yamaguchi. Johnny, can you check my play? Molly, I like it. Royston, yep. Shadesha, yep. Leivars, yep. AB, yep. Let's get it, Mervin. Mervin, you're learning, brother. Shout out to Mervin. You joined, what, like a month ago? I'm seeing all my main objective is to teach is for you guys to learn about our sport and learn the strategy of how to win money. User, for me, it's dog or pass. I agree, brother. Yeah. And it's a good way of putting it, bro. It's a good way of putting it. For me, it's either you can tell you're you're coming out from a value perspective as a bettor, and having a sharp eye, because you don't want to get the value on Aston with all the question marks regarding experience, resume, time away, who he's fought, all that good stuff. At $1.49, it's not doing it for you. And then you're already getting the plus 185 on the money line. Why get sexy on Sam's part? But then with all the questions with Aston, you're only going to get sexy maybe as fans. Maybe Aston Brown's fans then will do the double dip. Be like, he's not just going to win, he's going to knock him out. And then, but even that knockout isn't plus money, which is wild. It's only $1.91. Boss Marv, I see you re-upped. Appreciate you. I got your message. I don't know, bro. Gary said Brown could knock out Sam. Let the debate commence. He can knock him out. Of course, anybody can knock anybody out. Fresh BX in this mother. Gary's on the opposite in the Gilly fight. He talked about hopping on your live today. Don't know what happened to him. He didn't tell me. What are we running? A whorehouse out here? We just got a revolving door. Man, you better tell me. Gary, you call me. He told you he's jumping on my live? This cat. That must be that. You know what that is? That's that Texas hospitality. The Texans. Y'all Texans, y'all just open doors. Like we out here running we just parlaying up in here. It's a whorehouse. I come. You got a text, hit me up. We got a plan ahead. But I would be down. I didn't know he was taking. I'd like to hear his thoughts if he's taking Aston Brown. Interesting. Get on him. Why don't you ever review tape or show clips of fighters during these streams? Great question. It's because I don't want YouTube to ban me. So from a content creator perspective, you get 3 strikes. You get 3 strikes and you can't play copywritten material. So unless I own the fight footage, unless I own, even, guys, user, I don't know if you were on my channel, but during the Sam Goodman versus Caesar Vaca fight, I was at that fight. I was ringside and I was live streaming. And I got flagged live streaming from my phone into the ring. I got flagged by No Limit Promotions. So that's why. It's a good question. But you could ask me, bro. You could ask me to do it. Who you got in the book? Tinio, Peter McGrill fight is off. That fight is not happening. Joe McGrill fight is on. I think his opponent might be live, though. So give me a little... I always talk shit. Fight weeks like this, I go into the beginning of the week. I'm not stoked about it. We're going to have a down week. And then all of a sudden, by Wednesday or Thursday, I'm boots deep into some C-level domestic fight, researching a dog, watching a fight from 2023 in like Peru. And I'm like, here we you know what I mean? But I think Joe McGrill is in a tough fight. This is what you call reverse engineering, works in real estate as well. That's how you get to the bag. And it's how I write. It's how I write. I write books. So you guys would be shocked about this. So you guys already know that I have 2. I've published 2 books. So one of the systems I do from writing the books is I have the topic I want to write about. I'll then create the framework, the structure of what the chapters should be about, and then I will sort of like vision board them. I'll put it on a white. You can't see it. A white dry erase board, and I'll create the framework of the book's concept. I'll board it with like the framework, the chapters, the topics. And then before I even write anything, I would have spent hours talking. So I will say chapter 1, remember to set gratitude for the day. And then I'll just start freestyling. And then I'll take that. I'll take like however long it takes me, 10, 15 minutes. And then I'll turn the audio into dictation. I'll use an app to take my audio 10 minutes and put it into Word. And then, so my point is, it's all about systems. Gary was also opposite on Irma. We've been opposite. Gary and I are always opposite. You guys are keeping receipts. Look at, he's been opposite on a lot. No, we're not going to agree on everything. He picked a lot of opposites. He picked a lot of opposites, mate. He don't like talking about him though. He always brings up the one he'll only bring up when I picked Mario Barrios. But I'm like, gee, that's what you better keep bringing up all the other ones, man. That's the only one you can bring up. All right, brother. I heard him, bro. You brought it up like every 3 live streams. Yeah, but you like, bro, come on, man. It's one fight. We're not gonna agree on everything, man. Eileen Gilly, I do too, man. I do too. I was looking at this. I was looking at this. All right, let's pull, guys. We're an hour in. We got 50 to 70. We're gonna do one more scroll through all the fights, and let's see. All right, so I'll tell you on this stroll. This is the only fights my book's showing me. Fights that I had an eye on as well that might be on upset alert. Okay. No. No. Shit. No. I think Nico wins. Nope. Royston win. I think Sam Gilly. Obviously, you guys know I like this here. No one's asking about Nathaniel Collins Lorente. I thought Nathaniel won the first fight. I thought he edged it by a round or so. I thought Nathaniel Collins had Lorente hurt in the fourth round. That was a fun-ass firefight. I think Nathaniel Collins gave Crystal Ball the only option of winning the fight in the sixth round by engaging in a firefight. Nathaniel's the better boxer, the better mover. He's slick. So I think I like Collins on the money line here, and I like Collins on points. Rosado's going to win that. Vargas. Natalie Dove. Shadesha. This fight. The one I was looking at was Aaron Hayden. Plus 260. It's the one that I'm looking into is maybe a dog. And then which one did you say? De Jesus. Latif. I don't know. Am I getting that fight? I don't know if I have that on my. Oh, yeah. Elon De Jesus versus Connor Attaway. I have to look into it. I think that one just showed up. Whitaker 1-2. I like Big Baby. Okay. We got a little bit of torn. We got some torn opinions. Plus 600 stoppage. I may sprinkle some on that. Brown's never been past 6 in his body. He's been through a lot. Yeah, I don't rate Aston Brown. Have I talked with Muscle? Muscles messaged me on Instagram after the. Look, I've never unfollowed anybody. I've never blocked anybody. This is disregard. This is way just in life. I've had to maybe block 2 trolls from our YouTube channel because they were talking about homoerotic stuff, and I'm like, dude, I'm a grown ass man. I'm not gonna let you come on my channel acting like weird, like a pervert. But Muscles messaged me after the Gabby, the Oscar Cayazzo fight. When he took Cayazzo, he put $5,000 to win 2,000 for the fight to go the distance. That's a classic Muscles bet. Fight to go the distance. So that was the Cayazzo fight. But yeah, if he messaged me, I always respond. Brown never been 10 rounds. He's 35. I agree. Cauley Fields, I've won money back in Sam Gilly. I like patterns like this as well. But what about reaction videos? They always play the full video. For example, music reactions, they usually include the entire clip. Boxing is different from music, man. You got to really look at to what free market, open market. There's a open source. I've been flagged before. Guys, I had my channel taken down. I built this from scratch. I started putting energy into it 2022, 2023, and then I got demonetized from 2022 to 2023. It was a horrible experience. And I got demonetized because at the time in 2022, it was legal. I started my channel by doing documentaries on boxers, all the old boxers. Sugar Ray Robinson, Henry Armstrong, Jack Johnson, Willie Pep. And what I would do is farm old clips from their fights, and then I would write a movie, and I would do narrations. And it really helped my channel grow the first 10,000 subs. And then that was the beginning of my evolution. But then I woke up one morning, and I was demonetized because somewhere in like the August of 2022 or 2023, YouTube changed copyright laws in terms of what you could use. So it taught me a big lesson. And then I used one clip of me at a fight, and I told you about the Caesar Vaca Sam Goodman fight, and I got a strike, and it said if you get 2 more, we're taking your channel down. I'm like, all right, that's where I kind of, I do the stats don't lie videos, but even in the stats don't lie videos, those edited ones, you only see footage that I use from their Instagram channel, and it's not from fights. And then on these lives, I mean, these have been working. I mean, you don't like them? Alex Vargas has got to look up to upset. He seemed to have a decent amateur background. Yeah, I don't think Alex Vargas has 2 feet in the door. Last I heard about Alex Vargas, he didn't want to box. That's all I'm saying. I was told he didn't want to box. This has been like a year or so ago that his head wasn't in the game. It's tough to be at the high level. It's tough to win, but it's tough to win pro fights when you have 1 foot in and 1 foot out mentally. I don't know him, but it's what I heard. What do you think about Oscar Duarte on a parlay? Is Duarte got a fight coming up? I didn't see. Let's check it. Oh, yeah. Duarte, man, damn it. I wish that fight would have happened. You saw my delay reaction, Duarte and Hitchens? God damn it. Oh, shit. He's fighting Fierro. I didn't even see this on my book. Yeah, he wins this fight. Oscar Duarte is a whole beast. We can put a double dog ticket. I like it. Who you like, John? The music on your Spence Crawford, it must have been subliminal messages. Dude, Rob been with me since jump, boy. My boy Skills have been with me since then, dude. Oh, those are early days, big dog. Those are early days. So I grew up. Something I never talk about is I play music. I was in a reggae band. When I lived in Long Beach, California, I was in a reggae band for 4 years. So I write and I sing music in a reggae band. And so one of my best friends makes beats. So I think I know which one you're talking about. I'm going to play the instrumental. So those are our songs. All of those instrumentals behind like Bud, those, even the one that you guys hear on my Stats Don't Lie video, the da da da, we made that. But our early morning workout to shake off the jet lag, we were faced with a really confronting situation directly outside of our Beverly Hills hotel. We got a bunch of them, man. I love music. Music is a big part of my life. Resendez over Munguia, great fight. It's crazy. Resendez is a plus 200 dog right now. Coach Robles was for Resendez. Munguia coming off that win over Saratse. Yeah, we got some good boxing, boys. We got some great boxing coming. I'm not going to lie. I thought Duarte could pull it off, especially after Hitch came in drink. I'm not going to lie. You saw my breakdown. It's up on the channel. I had Hitch winning that fight before all this based off of his recent form. You know what I mean? But Oscar's been leveling up. Oscar impressed me against Kenny Sims Jr., man. He impressed me. I didn't think he had that deep of a bag, but you can't. There's something about these guys who are super determined. And we've seen Oscar have to get himself off the canvas before. We've seen him stopped. And he's been nothing but great since then. I think Oscar Duarte, a story like that is everything that's great about our sport. Watching it, because you see it sometimes, like what happened to that guy? He was the next guy and he lost and we never seen him again. That happens too. So it takes a lot of determination, a lot of grit, a lot of sacrifice, a lot of mental fortitude to be able to come back and start over and rebuild. I cheer for guys like that. I always cheer for the rebuild. And it's probably the hopeless romantic in me. Guys, I got to run. You guys are the best. Appreciate you. Still over 60 people in here. You guys are savages.